Now, talking about colony of America, is this what the main aim was of carrying out these strikes past midnight in Venezuela? Because after the U.S. has captured the Venezuelan president, Donald Trump seems to be making a major oil announcement, saying that Venezuela will now ship oil to the U.S. and the U.S. will now get around 30 to 50 million barrels of oil, and U.S. will sell Venezuelan oil, and the money that has been earned would be under my control. This seems to be as far as his statement and the reiteration on the point as far as when it comes to the extent to which that the United States would be controlling Venezuela. What is Donald Trump now saying, Akansha?
Absolutely. Let me take you through what he has posted on social media. He said, and I quote, "I'm pleased to announce that interim authorities in Venezuela will be turning over between 30 to 50 million barrels of high-quality sanctioned oil to the U.S. This oil will be sold at the market price, and that money will be controlled by me as President of the United States of America to ensure that it is used to benefit the people of Venezuela and the United States. I've asked Energy Secretary to execute this plan immediately. This will be taken by storage ship and brought directly to unloading dock in the United States. Thank you for your attention to this matter." Going on to say that as far as the country is concerned, they will be turning over 30 to 50 million barrels of the high quality and the sanctioned oil to the United States of America.
All right. So that means, Shinjoy, was oil and not drug trafficking as far as when it comes to the U.S. setting its intention on, with President Trump saying that the interim authorities in Venezuela will be turning over between 30 million to 50 million barrels of oil to United States?
That's a lot of oil. And Venezuela has always been, yes, narco-terrorism, but also oil. And as far as this oil is concerned, he says two things. This oil will be sold by America and will help, number one, the people of Venezuela, and number two, the United States. Now, the cost of this military operation that will be offset by the oil, is that a point he's making? We don't know as yet, but he has said that the cost, the amount earned from the 30 to 50 million barrels of oil will be for the people of Venezuela, quite rightly, and also for the United States.
All right. So Trump saying that oil will be sold at market price and the money would be controlled by me. That seems to be the reiteration of his point as far as the intention that has been said by United States, where Donald Trump says that this is to ensure that it is used for the benefit of the people of Venezuela and of the United States as well. But here, when it comes to geopolitical situation, let's break that angle as well as far as these strikes that was carried out by the U.S. and having much control of the Venezuelan oil, especially when it comes to now the output demand is now concerned. U.S. is now seeking the expulsion of China, Russia, Iran and Cuba, where U.S. now seems to be seeking exclusive oil partnership, not coming again as a surprise there. You know, when it comes to Shinjoy, the revival of the debate of petrodollar seems to have come up again, and U.S. media now seems to be citing that Trump administration wants Caracas to cut economic ties, especially when it comes to the adversaries of the U.S.
Undoubtedly, that is the whole point. It's also a geopolitical issue, because here, Iran is not a country the Americans are happy with, nor is Cuba a very friendly country at all. Thirdly, we are down to China. Again, there is an adversarial relationship with the Chinese. And Russia, of course, we can never tell. At one day, there is a meeting between Putin and Trump. Another day, something else happens, and President Zelensky is in Washington. So keeping all of that in mind, it's very clear that the Monroe Doctrine, or even the Donroe Doctrine, now operates in Latin America. And now, at this point, it is very clear that the bottom line is oil, and the oil has to be controlled by the United States, is the suggestion that is coming out of the US president.
All right, with this statement now coming in and US wanting that the interim Venezuelan government must expel China, Russia, Iran and Cuba and cut economic ties before being allowed to pump more oil, where Venezuela would also be required to partner exclusively with the US when it comes to oil production and prioritize selling crude to American buyers first.